안녕하세요. Guys, it's Wed, and we have update 1.2.6 available today, February 6, 2025, and I am going to summarize it for you guys. We're not going to waste a lot of time, so first thing first, so we are going to go on Twitter and show you where to find it. So it is on Twitter, and I'm going to leave a link in the description for you, and it is right here. So but I do put a little pages on Word document, that way we can go over it that way. Now, what is dominating the update is the leaderboard, the void erosion, the core crafting, and also the lab. So we are going to go with the leaderboard first. Now, if you are interested in the leaderboard, it is right here. You can be checking in the journal, and also you got solo player, 4-player, 3-player, or whatnot. So you can go in whatever combination that you want. And let's go into the void erosion real quick. Now, they say you can check it in the journal. So if we press our map button and then we go to the journal, and you can see that the leaderboard is right here. Now, as you can see, void erosion purge, and you have the top 10 right now in the game. But it goes by descendant. You can see every descendant are gonna have their own category. So Jaber, ENZO, VSI, so forth and so on. So you can check by descendant and see where everybody stands. But right now they are only showing the top 10 in the journal. But if we also go in the void erosion, so if we open the void erosion menu right here, void erosion purge, and now you can see that it also have a leaderboard option here. So if I press and hold my left analog stick on the Xbox, and it will pull up the leaderboard, and also have solo and all platforms, all those options. Now it's a current platform, right? That would be Xbox for me, and it's gonna show everybody that made it to the leaderboard. And now it is based on stages and time, so as it says in the update. So that's what's going on. Now let's move on quickly to the void erosion purge. Now we went from level 20, so it moves to level 30. So you got 10 extra levels that you can fight. And as you can see, some of the differences, there is matchmaking they show you. So it is indicated by the little person underneath the level, and you can see 21, 25, 28, and all the way to 30. So in the last 3 levels, 28, 29, and 30, all those going to be matchmaking. I like this change because this is going to be what everybody is going to be farming anyway, because that's where you're going to find the highest tier of stuff. So I believe it is a good change to make it matchmaking, but gives you the option to do it solo if you so choose. So that's a great change. Now, another visual good change that they made in the void erosion, now you can see they tell you which enemy that you are going to fight, and then they also show you what they weak against and what they strong against. That way you know exactly what to bring as far as weapon and elemental affinity. Now also they give you the core amplifier at the end of the round. So which this is what you are going to use to actually craft the core. Now, talking about core crafting, let's move on to Desland, and we're going to talk about the core crafting. Now, for core crafting, this is the document that I put right here. So you go to Desland, which is where we're going to be. And then you got the core amplifiers, which I just mentioned. And then they say the higher the core tier, the more gold is required to craft it. So we're going to show this in the example. And we also have all these things right here. Like I said, link will be in the description if you want to read everything else. So we are just going to summarize this as much as possible. So we go to Desland, as you can see right here. So we already know everything that's going on with Desland, equip core and stuff like that, but we are talking about the crafting core. So crafting core, so as you can see, this is the menu, and you got different options that you can craft, attributes, hit augmentation. Every time you hit one of those, then it changed to the right side. And as you can see right here, you have the core amplifier that you get from the void erosion purge whenever you finish a round. Now, let's say we stay on firepower. Now, when you look at this menu right here, you can see where it says select core to craft. and you can see the auto calculate lower stages is checked. But if you don't want to do it that way, that means you can uncheck it. Now, when you keep this box checked, everything else that lower tier becomes material. So let's say you want to get level 9 core for the fire augmentation. All you gotta do, you can see that it says that you can have 9 available based on the amount that you have, and then this is what it's going to cost you. Now you can come here and change the amount because you know you can do 3 at a time. And so if I go back and do this right here, I put it on 3, that means I'm only going to be able to get 1 core once I hit craft. So let's say right now I have 9 available for level 8, right? So let me craft. Now, as a result, you can see that I have a level 9 core, but I got 6 left because I only have 9. So that's how this works if you do it individually. Now, let's say that you don't want to do it individually, then you can do autocraft as an example. So it's going to say that you can increase the number right here and say that I'm going to have 11, and you got all those options right here. You got 7, 6, and also 5. And it shows you the amount on the side. And let's say we're going to hit craft. This is like a really fast way to actually do this. And you can just keep going until you run out of materials. But the thing about it, nobody is going to sit there and do these things a bit at the lower level. So everybody's going to go and do this whenever they have the highest amount of levels. So that's how this works. So you can keep checking, but the thing about it, if you don't have this material right here, you're not going to be able to craft anything anyway. Now for the lab, now let's go into my little document real quick. It says you can now change the Vulgus level in the lab to 60. So you can change the enemy to level 260 and you can summon Colossi. Now let's go inside the lab and see how this works. So this is the lab. We're going to interact with this right here, and you go to lab setting. And you see the option for Legion, which is what we have been doing for the entire of this game until now. Now we got Colossus. Now with the Colossus, you can decide to leave the invincibility on or you can turn it off. Whichever way is fine. Now you can pick one and then just go to town and check your weapon damage and check your skill damage. So let's say, for instance, we want to do this big guy right here, and we're just going to load this Colossus. And then just make sure that we have enough ammo. And then we are going to try our weapon first. And then we start shooting this guy. And you can see on the right side, it's going to tell you how much damage that you are doing. So now with 1 mag of my Secret Garden, it shows me how much damage that I do. 739,141. Same thing you can do. I'm going to reset this right here. And then I'm going to use my skill right now. So use my skill. I'm just going to use this right here. And then this is going to be based on how much time you want to do this and see how much damage you do. Basically, if you are into a big match and stuff like that, then you can just know how much damage you do after the match ends. So now we're going to go and reset this to something different. We go to lab settings and then we go back to Colossi. Right now we're going to take invincibility off. And then we're going to load the Colossus. So now we're going to go to the lab setting again, and then this time we're going to go to Colossus, and then we're going to take invincibility off. So it is off right now, and that means we can kill that guy. So we're just going to pick a different one right now. So let's go down and get one of those big dude that we hate. This guy right here. And then now we are going to use our skill on this guy. So I'm just going to use my X on this guy and see. You know, it's going to be based on time on this one. So it's skill damage. See how long it would take me to take his white bar off. and how much damage does that do. Now, I'm stopping right here, but just to show you the gist of this thing, so you can see how much damage you do. By the end of the match, you'll do that. So this is just an estimate and show you how much damage you can do with each skill. So that's why this is for. So that is the gist of this thing, which is a good addition to the game. So you can come here and test your weapon or test your skills and see how it works. Now, like I say, I don't want to waste too much time with this. I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can check them out. Now, I'll show you what I believe to be the most important thing about the update. But there's one thing that I know for sure, in my opinion, for console players, is the addition to mouse and keyboard support. And I've already made a video about this, so I don't want to talk about this too much. But it is in the hotfix. It is not in the update. It is in the hotfix right here. If you can see right here, the hotfix 1.2.6 compared to the update 1.2.6. Earlier, when it first added, that was nowhere to be found, but now it is here. Or at least I didn't see it in the middle of the night. I didn't see it, but it is in the hotfix, not in the update. So that's what I mentioned in my previous video about the mouse and keyboard. You can check that out and see how it works. And that's all we have. So again, link will be in the description. You can check everything out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.